Snowball, a pristine white, sat on the windowsill, staring out at the empty street. The silence in the apartment was deafening, a void where his owner's laughter used to be. He'd heard the slamming of the front door, the heavy thud of suitcases being loaded into the car, and then, the final, gut-wrenching roar of the engine as it pulled away. It was the last time he'd seen her. For days, Snowball refused to eat, to play, to even move from his spot on the windowsill. His once pristine white fur was matted with tears, his amber eyes red and swollen. Every time he thought of the empty space in the apartment, the cold bed where his owner used to sleep, his heart would constrict, and another tear would fall. His grief was a tangible thing, a heavy weight on his tiny chest. He had no understanding of why she left, why the scent of her perfume was fading, why the familiar rhythm of her footsteps was gone. All he knew was that she was gone, and the world had become a cold, silent place. One day, a timid knock at the door broke the silence. A young girl, no older than 10, stood on the doorstep, clutching a worn, pink stuffed bear. Her eyes, wide and worried, met Snowball's tear-streaked gaze. She held out the bear, a silent offering. Snowball, his heart a heavy stone, hesitantly approached. He sniffed the bear, then let out a low, mournful meow. The girl, understanding, picked him up, cradling him gently in her arms. She spoke softly, her voice filled with a strange, comforting warmth. "Don't worry, Snowball," she whispered. "I'm here now. You're not alone." That day, the girl, named Emily, began visiting Snowball regularly. She brought him food, played with him, and, most importantly, talked to him. She told him stories, sang him songs, and, with each visit, a little bit of the light returned to his amber eyes. One afternoon, Emily brought a photo album. As she flipped through the pages, pointing out familiar images, Snowball's tail swished excitedly. He saw a picture of his owner, her face beaming, her arm wrapped around Snowball. It was the first time since she left that he'd felt a flicker of joy. It was a fragile, fleeting feeling, but it was a start. Emily saw the change in him, the tentative purrs, the hesitant nudges against her hand. He was beginning to heal. Weeks turned into months, and Snowball, though still missing his owner dearly, had found a new peace. He had a friend, a confidant, a little girl who loved him just as much. He learned that grief, though painful, didn't have to destroy him. He learned that love, even in new forms, could mend even the most broken heart.